was completely ignored. One day, the wife discovered she was pregnant. She and her husband were overjoyed, but Bailey, having been bullied by children for so long, had developed a strong dislike for kids. The husband feared Bailey might harm their future child and wanted to confine him. The couple had a big fight over this. Soon, the wife went into labor, but dogs weren't allowed in the hospital. The husband had to tie them up at the entrance. After 5 whole hours passed without seeing his owner emerge, Bailey became extremely anxious. He broke free from his chain and sneaked into the hospital. Not knowing the room number, he could only follow the scent to search. He quickly found the wife's ward and was happy to see she was safe. But when he heard the baby crying, Bailey retreated in fear, afraid he might harm her. When the wife finally came home with her daughter, she wanted Bailey to meet the baby. Due to his psychological trauma with children, Bailey suddenly barked, frightening the child into tears. The husband locked Bailey outside again. In the middle of the night, they suddenly heard their daughter crying. The husband asked his wife to comfort her, but after a while, the crying suddenly stopped. They immediately thought of Bailey and rushed to the nursery. The scene before them was incredibly surprising. Their daughter had stopped crying because Bailey had comforted her, but the husband didn't change his opinion of Bailey and locked him outside again. Fortunately, the black dog proved reliable at the crucial moment and let Bailey back in. Instead of sleeping, Bailey spent the entire night guarding outside his little master's door. When the husband saw this scene in the morning, he felt no emotion, but the wife smiled warmly. She went to check on her daughter and found her sleeping unusually peacefully, immediately realizing it was Bailey's doing. The wife wanted to let Bailey in, but her husband feared he might hurt their daughter. She decided to prove it through action. Crouching down to look at Bailey, Bailey ran over and gently placed his head on the daughter, proving he loved and protected his little master. The husband finally relaxed and lifted Bailey's ban. As their daughter grew, Bailey even taught her to walk. However, one night their daughter had an emergency. While the couple was fast asleep, Bailey frantically scratched at their bedroom door trying to wake them. The wife groggily woke up and heard the commotion outside. As soon as she opened the door, Bailey immediately ran toward their daughter's room. Realizing something was wrong, she called to her husband and rushed over. Their daughter had fallen unconscious with a high fever. After a night of treatment, the doctor said their daughter had asthma and just needed medication while avoiding allergens. The husband immediately suggested it might be because of the dog, but the doctor ruled out this cause. When they returned home, the wife told Bailey to take good care of their daughter. Because of these words, Bailey remembered this responsibility for the rest of his life, never forgetting it until his death. One day, the whole family went on a trip but couldn't bring Bailey and the black dog. Before leaving, the husband shook hands with the black dog but once again ignored Bailey. All Bailey had ever wanted was to shake hands with the male owner. Bailey was reluctant to see his mistress and daughter leave. Soon after they left, the babysitter locked him in a cage, completely cutting off his desire to escape. But the babysitter never imagined that during the night while she slept, the black dog secretly opened the cage and freed Bailey. Bailey caught his little master's scent and rushed out of the house following the trail. When he reached near a gas station, he saw a chubby man who had just filled up his tank. Bailey secretly jumped into the car following the scent. At the right spot, Bailey jumped out to find other cars going in the same direction. He quickly spotted a red car, though the people inside were frightened of him. After traveling some distance, Bailey made the driver pull over, then jumped